Welcome back to Midday Kentucky, everyone. We're live down here at Renata's in Lexington, having a wonderful day. We are celebrating AVOL's 30th year anniversary and also World AIDS Day, which is tomorrow, everyone, the 1st of December. Let me introduce you to an incredible group of people. Since 1988, AVOL's mission is to stop the spread of HIV and empower those affected in central and eastern Kentucky. It's quite an amazing group and quite an amazing thing that they do here every day in Lexington and the surrounding communities as well. Let me introduce you to John Parker, Tami and also Mark Royce. How are we both? Excellent. All of us, I should say.
Yes.
How are we?
Wonderful.
Well, okay, what I do want to say is it's still an important role that you're performing here with AVOL. Why is it still such a conversation that we need to be having?
We need so many people to become aware that they need to get tested so that we can, if they are positive, connect them to care, medical care, and many people don't know. And so we need to make sure that happens.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about the major challenges that we still cover here in Lexington.
Well, I think one of the issues that surrounds HIV is that the modes of transmission for HIV, which are often sexual, can be drug-related as well, are things we don't openly talk about. They're highly stigmatized issues and behaviors, and we don't want to talk about those things in an open and frank way to come up with the best solutions to address HIV. And we marginalize people. We treat people as if they deserve what happens to them if they engage in certain behaviors. And we haven't sort of moved past that puritanical stigma associated with those things.
I understand. So this is a really important question. How many people have been impacted over the years? Do we have an exact number? Do we know where we are at?
In Kentucky, more than 10,000 folks have been diagnosed with HIV over the course of the entire epidemic.
It's amazing, isn't it?
About 3,000 in this area.
Mark, I want you to tell us a little bit about your role within the organization.
Well, I came to AVOL at sort of a critical time for the organization. It was in the mid-2000s. The organization had been rudderless for a couple of years. There wasn't an administration in place. The board had kind of dwindled. And when I started, the board was 3 people, and they asked me to come on board. Brian Slade, who was later the development person and fundraiser person for AVOL, was the person who asked me to come and be the executive director. And at that point, there was really just not a lot of structure. We had to work on finances, we had to work on policies. Tami is one of the first people that I hired, and in our old place on North Limestone, her office, she could look down and through cracks in the floor see me rolling around on my chair in the bottom. And so it was a lot of rebuilding and strengthening the organization and putting policies in place and really opening it up for service.
Very quickly, can you explain to us what it is you actually do for the community out and about? Now, they all see your truck.
Right,
But what does that mean?
We've got a testing van where we can just be anywhere and test, but then Tami's department actually works with people living with HIV, long-term case management, support services, housing services, and I have to say, these two really set things up great for me when I came on board because it was really an easy transition. Thank you for all that you did. But the 30 people that are in this room,
I want you to talk about them, please.
There are people who were here day one, and they're all volunteers. Our name is AIDS Volunteers. That's because a volunteer group got us started. And we are so grateful today to everyone in the community that over the course of 30 years has really dedicated something and made a contribution to this effort. And we're going to keep on going.
And I think that's the important thing. Where do we go from now? What is the future of AVOL here in Lexington?
The future for us is to continue to find stable and supportive housing. You know, Tami's group is really great at making sure that they find the best deals for our clients. I mean, they're amazing. And we're just going to continue to fight stigma and really push HIV testing.
And we were talking a little bit about when Helena was talking about education. Can people come in just to the clinic just to have that conversation, even if they're not infected or ill, but they want to know more? They want to go out and also teach their friends. Do you offer those services?
Yeah, I think certainly with our prevention department, we do a lot to educate the community, both with people dropping in. Even in my position, providing services, I regularly get calls from family members who have recently had a family member diagnosed, and they have no idea what to do or where to go, or have very little information about the disease, and we can work that person, we can talk to them, work them through the process, and let them know all the support that's available for someone with a new diagnosis.
Well, I think, go on, sorry, Mark.
Well, I was going to say, one of the things that started to happen when I was there was the explosion of social media, and that's been a very powerful way to reach people that lets people maintain some distance and anonymity if they are uncomfortable talking.
Well, we want to say thank you for what you do in our community. Thank you so much for all the hard work and all the volunteers that are out there. We're putting up all the information. If you want to help out, all volunteer, or maybe write a check. We love a check.
Sure.
We love a check, people. There's all the information up on the screen for you now. We are live down here at Renatta's, our Big Day Kentucky. Back after this short break.